Hey guys, it's Dalia. I'm back for another vlog. So today, much better day. Much better day. So today is September 13th, Wednesday. As you may know, my past two vlogs have been kind of like a Debbie Downer because I've not felt well. Um, but luckily, I'm feeling better today. I mentioned yes, I took a half day, which I did. But today I am fully working, fully back. I've gotten so much done with the Amazon webinar, so much. Very excited about that because, I have deadlines and people are waiting. At least I think so. And I just don't want, um, I don't want to keep pushing it. I'd like, to the best of my ability, to deliver something around the time I pretty much said I'm going to deliver it. Anyway, you know what I had on my mind today? I was doing a coaching call, and you guys may know I sell classes on thehandmademastermind.com, and it helps entrepreneurs, it helps handmade business owners, sell online. So I teach things such as SEO on Etsy to help you get found in search. I have obviously a handmade at Amazon webinar, full training, okay? I have things that help you with descriptions. I have, a class that helps you build your email list. I mean, you name it, okay? I have it. And it's all good, right? It's all good. However, sometimes I notice, and I don't, well, no, I don't notice it. It comes to my attention, right? When talking to a member or something like that, that sometimes they take my methods and they don't apply it the way it should be applied, or they don't follow methods exactly because they heard a rumor somewhere about this and that changing or whatever. I advise you against this. Now, this part of the video, this part of the vlog is particularly regarding people that get my webinars. Okay? And so if you haven't, then this is obviously not relevant to you. So just bear with me as I have another point for you guys. And this is like a rant, when I create a webinar for you, it is not something I just throw together. If you've been following me for a while, it takes me a while to put these things together. It's systematic. I make sure that I prepare it in a fashion that's easy to understand, and I go through all the pieces I think you need to know in order to actually apply it successfully, blah, blah, blah. You get it. When you decide to take one of those pieces, a really important piece nonetheless, and say, I heard of somebody doing it this way and they had success, and then you maybe unintentionally mix up my methods with somebody else's, I then can't guarantee what the outcome is going to be. In fact, even if you had a decent outcome, you made some sales, you get some more views or whatever, I can't guarantee that you would have not reached your full potential in that result, for the results, So I don't see this often, but I hear about it enough that it bothers me. And, and some people they're not aware that they're doing it. Certainly I don't have a disclaimer. I don't think so. And like, for example, it happens often in my SEO webinar where people are like, oh, I heard of this cool method. I'm going to apply it with this. Don't do it. If the people that have been following me long enough, they know, those are the members that know I know my stuff, right? I don't mess around. Follow me the way I teach you. If you have, let's say, this thing is shaking. Okay, there's a rumor going around about something changing in Etsy SEO or Amazon SEO or what have you. Bring it to my attention. Let me do the due diligence to do the research and see if it's correct or if it's right, okay? But when you decide to take it upon yourself just to do it, you could be screwing yourself over. That's not cool. You paid for a webinar, okay? Not only did you pay for a webinar, you paid for my expertise and you paid for the free Facebook group I give you, right? So get in there and say, hey, Dalia, I heard about this. This seems pretty, it seems accurate because of this and that. What do you think? I don't care what hocus pocus you bring to me. I'll either tell you nope or say, this sounds interesting. Let me do some research. Depending on the research I have to do, I get back to you immediately or I get back to you in a couple of weeks, or it might take a couple months. It's just depending on how long I need to do some tests for. Again, I don't just throw things together or tests together. I have to do it correctly, okay? That's what you pay for when you pay for a webinar. Don't take it upon yourself to assume something. I'm frustrated because I seen it today. I seen it, was it another one today or was it yesterday? I think it was another one today. So 2 in a day, okay? where people take my method and they mix up something else. I'm like, I didn't teach you this. Why are you doing this? I don't want to yell at them, but I want to yell. Okay. And I hope you listen to this and say, wow, she's really passionate about helping people. I hope that's what you get for her, because what happens is sometimes I'm not even aware that you're mixing up my methods, okay, with somebody else's or whatever, or what hocus pocus you heard. Yes, the hocus pocus could be for real, but let me help you determine that, Just because it's not in my webinar does not mean it's not accurate. I just have to help determine whether it's accurate or not. Bring it to my attention. Don't just take it upon yourself to mix it up. Consciously make an effort to follow what I teach you, okay? It frustrates me because then, Sally and John and Eric, right, members of my group, I made those people up, they're doing this without even telling me, and they're not having success, or success as much as they can have, and all of a sudden, months and months and months later, they make a little comment in, a group about the method that they're doing. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't teach you this. Let me take a look at your shop. Wait a minute, why are you doing all this? This is wrong. Oh, I learned it this, and it sounds like a good idea. This is literally the stuff that people tell me, and I'm like, you do know that you're sabotaging yourself. You paid for my expertise. Why would you then not listen to it? Is it because you feel like there's holes, like there's pieces missing? I can assure you there isn't. And if there is, again, if there's new happenings coming, new findings with SEO, things like that, I'm only one person. I can only find so much. If something that you, again, want to bring to my attention, I will easily either dismiss it and I'll explain why, or I'll do my research, okay? Can't say enough. And some people do it subconsciously, not knowing, like, again, I should probably have a disclaimer in my webinar saying, follow us exactly. Don't do this. I think I do, but don't do this, don't do that. And probably give examples. I may do that. That's an idea for me. Let me write that down. Because I want people to know that exactly what I just said to you. I might even take this video and put it in there, probably not, but I will make a new one and probably have a disclaimer. It's frustrating because it's frustrating for you not seeing the results that you want. And even if you saw the results that are decent, you're probably having so much better results, but you're hindering yourself. It also got me thinking about something else, not just mixing my methods, but something that I really thought about today. It upsets me because, and not in a bad way, I'm not disappointed in you guys, I'm not. It upsets me because I'm like, how do I make it clearer? You can't, everybody's different, but let me explain what I'm talking about. I may teach you on a Facebook Live. Okay, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, join my Facebook group. I'll leave a link down below in the description. You might join my Facebook Live. I'm talking about, making your photos more amazing. Hold on a second, let me take a little sip of water here. Sorry. So maybe talking about that. And then you have, let's say, 50 people on this call, on this live Facebook Live, okay? And, we'll just name them Sally, Eric, John, Smith, whoever, right? And they're all listening, and people interpret advice differently. I think we all could agree. I may tell my husband, go to the store and get me yogurt. And then he gets me yogurt with vanilla flavoring in it. First of all, when did we ever eat yogurt with vanilla flavoring in it? Why would you not look? Anyway, I might tell, okay? The next person might get it for me fat-free. The next person might get it for me the full fat, which is exactly what I wanted. The next person might give me a call and say, did you want flavoring in it? Like, they can get interpreted differently. And that's just probably a really bad example. But I could ask somebody to, I could tell somebody, hey, go outside the store for me and get me contemporary art for my living room that has a navy color, that has flowers, etc. You might get different things coming back to you, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that at a Facebook Live, I might teach something about photos, and then I teach it to you like awesome free advice in this Facebook Live, okay? It's up to you to take that and create, do action, right? Like, it's actionable advice. You just have to do it. There's a lot of what I see is that, I look at their results. Sometimes they share the results with me. I'm like, that's not exactly what I said, and here's why. I get frustrated, but I know it's not me mad at them. It's why. I know I have a business brain. Okay, so that obviously helps. Let me explain an example. Okay, if this person's watching, I'm not picking on you. I love you. But I saw it and I was like, no, she interpreted it wrong. And let me explain why. And of course, by the way, guys, Facebook Lives are not meant to be like my webinars, right? Webinars are not meant to be misinterpreted, meaning it's step by step, you know, showing you how to, etc. Facebook Lives are not like that. So of course there might be some misinterpretation, right? You know, you get what you pay for. You know, if you buy a webinar, of course you can get the step by step if you need more hand holding. Okay, and Facebook Lives are not particularly like that. I give actionable advice in there, but sometimes you might lose yourself in it. Anyway, so let me give you an example. It was yesterday I talked about Instagram. And I talked about, somebody's like, how do you get engagement on Instagram? I was like, easy. So I gave a few tips, right? And we moved on to the next topic, the next part of the subject. And I said, you know, and you can do this on Facebook as well, whatever. But I pretty much said one example, which was ask people their opinion. When you ask their opinion, make it easy for them to answer. So if you are doing, if you're a seller that creates markers, I'm just saying this because my daughter left her markers on my table. If you're a seller that creates markers, and what are these, Care Bears? Okay. Anyway, so you're a stationery supply company, okay, and you're asking your followers on Instagram or on Facebook, which new color would you like to see out? Vote. And I said to the people, the crew on Facebook Live, you know, have your options and label A, B, C, D. Here's why. You're making it easier for them to select. Make it clear which one's A, which one's B, which one's C, which one's D. Don't give them 20 options. Don't overwhelm them. But make it clear, and without the letters, you're going to make them work hard, because now they have to say, oh, the red one or the one to the left, or it's going to be a mixture of people assuming how they're going to respond. And if they have to work too hard, they keep moving, keep scrolling by, right? So you make it easy as hell. So you do that and you make it simple. Well, a member decided to do that and tagged me in the post, and I saw it and I said, no. So the intention was correct, and you know, but it was not a home run. The execution was wrong. Let me explain. Okay, again, if this person's watching, you know, I love you, but here we are learning a lesson from this and how you can make it better. It's a jewelry designer, and they had multiple jewelry pieces. First of all, the jewelry pieces had nothing to do with each other. It wasn't a collection. It wasn't, or what type of, how do I say this? I've seen this before. What type of personality are you? So if yes, then you can do different necklaces that are completely different. Okay, so then you'll have your more subtle necklace, you have your more silver personalized, you have your more bohemian, and you label A, B, C, D. Okay, oops. But instead, here's a couple of fails that she did. It wasn't that. It wasn't what type of necklace is your personality. It was just which one do you prefer or something. And on Instagram, you're able to have multiple photos that you could swipe. There you go, making me work hard. Don't make me swipe. In one photo, you should have done a collage. Okay, a collage. And that collage should have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you could label them A, B, C, D. So that was the first wrong thing this person did, was have to make the customer swipe to see all the photos. Okay. Number 2, the wrong thing that this person, well, technically that was number 2, because the first one should have been a cohesive collection, like all markers, but pick the new color that you would like to see, sort of deal. I did one like this, was very successful. I said, hey, pick the new font style you would like, so it's the same idea, but just different fonts in the same position. Okay. Anyway, so the third thing they did wrong was, I'm not going to show it to you. Again, it's not meant to embarrass. It's really meant to learn how people interpret things and execute things. Execution is very key. But it was like, how like you could take your photo on your, now iPhones nowadays could do anything, even without an app. You could take a photo. Let me show you. I'm trying to find something that's not, okay. I just found this photo. This is my daughter in her new soccer uniform. Okay, so I could hit the edit button. I should probably show you this, right? Let me show you. Okay, I hit the edit button. Then I hit decoration. This is my S7, by the way. I'm sure you have something very, very similar. Then I could hit draw. Okay, and there's a pen, so I click on it, and I'm gonna do the color red, and I'm gonna do a pencil. How do I do that? I don't really know. Anyway, so now I could start writing on here. So let's say I'm gonna put in option A. See what I did there? See that? See how messy that is? See how unprofessional that looks? See how I could barely read it? No offense to that member. That's how it looked like. And it was like in the corner, on the side. It was not cohesive. It was like, oh, that's a really great idea that you just said. Let me go ahead and slap it together, no execution at all, and throw it out there. First of all, you made me work hard. Now I could barely read it, even after I did it. It was like, too much, too much. On Instagram, I want to scroll and like photos. Respect the platform. Think about how people use a platform and respect it. Now you make the person work hard on Instagram, you're gonna fail. Let me cancel that so I don't share my daughter's picture with that. Okay, so that's what went wrong. So the point is, it's interesting how I could give advice and the execution comes out wrong. It's interesting enough that I give so much free advice on Facebook, my Facebook Lives, and that if people listened and decide to execute right, that free advice is technically worth money. In fact, people have told me over and over again, I could charge from Facebook Lives because of how much great information is in there. But obviously I don't. I like doing it for free. This member, let's call her Sally for a second. If she stood back and said, how could I improve this based on what Dalia said? If I'm the customer and I saw this, so sometimes you have to be, and again, I have a business brain, so obviously I have a leg up, right? But I think a lot of us do as well. I think you guys don't give yourself enough credit. I think what was looking for me for the answer. But sometimes if somebody like unbiased asked you, your friend Mary, said, what do you think of my Instagram post? I think you would end up giving her that advice I just gave you. The execution was wrong, blah, 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 blah. So sometimes you have to put yourself in my body, my place, and say, if I was asking Dalia what she would say, what she would say to improve this, you know? And this applies to a lot of things. This applies to your photos. This applies to your description. This applies to that as well. And sometimes, yes, we don't know the answer, and that's fine. But I really, really feel like, guys, a lot of these challenges we have and these questions are easily answered. You guys are so smart. I've seen it time and time again in Facebook Live. People comment. I'm like, it's exact. You don't even need me, guys. For some reason, you don't even need me. There's a lot of members that know these answers, right? And sometimes you're that person. You help other people with certain things, and sometimes even with your own challenges, you don't realize it, but you can easily solve it yourself. To piggyback on that, I'm going to say I had a member who, I think I may have mentioned in a previous vlog, who had a lot of things on her to-do list, and she's like, I don't know where to start. I have this, and that. I'm like, okay, back up. Here are your 4 things that you have. Number 3, stop talking to me and do number 3 right now. You're done. Like literally, we were talking back and forth. Stop talking to me. Finish it. And don't come back to me until you finish it. Hours later, guess who messaged me back? She did. She done that task. Completed. Sometimes we talk and we worry about our being overwhelmed as opposed to working toward getting rid of that overwhelming list. Okay? So again, this has to relate to knowing the answer already and execution, all that stuff. You already know the answer. Sometimes you just need somebody to tell it to you. Sir, that's me. And I'll be happy to be your motivator. I do it every morning for Facebook Live. But don't underestimate what you're capable of. Don't underestimate that sometimes you execute something and you realize how wrong it was. You should realize how wrong it is and how you could fix it. Okay? Just a couple of, just want to throw that out there. On a personal note, I bought something on Amazon. First of all, I'm really excited to share it with you as soon as it comes in the mail, and I'll just say it, and I'm going to read it. I didn't get the audiobook because I wanted it in my hands. Does anybody have that? Can you guys relate to me? Can you comment down below? I love audiobooks. I recommend it, in fact, because it's a time saver. But there's some books I want. First of all, it's such a great audiobook. I want to keep it in my hands. I will get the hard copy, including the hardcover copy. It's a thing with me. I don't know why. Also, I'm surrounded by books. You can see how much I love them. But there's some books I just need to have it in hand. I don't particularly know if I'll take notes in it, but it's one of those books that I feel like I may, or use post-it notes or whatever. Point is, wait till I get it in my hands. I have really high expectations for this book. Actually, two books. There's a spoiler. But I have a feeling I'll be recommending it to you soon. I'll probably be doing a book review in a YouTube video like this, a vlog style. It's very exciting, and I know based on, oh, what's my hair doing today? Ah, okay. Based on what I know about my members, I'm sure this book will be very valuable to them. Anyway, more about that later. So I bought that, and here's why I'm mentioning it, because I'm excited. But they messaged me today saying that one is going to deliver on the 18th, and the other one's going to deliver on the 21st. First of all, if I have to say, Amazon has really trained us to want to get things quickly. I'm a little, that's just how I am. They really have trained to want to get things quickly. And yes, I had the opportunity to get one of them on Prime, but I didn't. It's another story for another day. The other one was not actually available for Prime, so I knew it's going to take long. That's probably the one that's going to take until the 21st to receive. It may come sooner, but just can't wait to get my hands on it. Anyway, I just want to tell you how your buyers are not the only ones that are impatient to get their products. It's also us. It's also us that are so used to Prime and want to get things quickly. But I'm so freaking excited to get this. I can't wait to show it to you. So that's that. I've been chugging away on the Amazon webinar. It's going to roll out at the end of the month, like I promised you in my vlog. What else? I've just been busy, so I haven't went candle shopping yet because my candles are running out. And maybe my husband said, he's like, we're getting new candles. I'm like, I know, sucker. I have to. I didn't call him sucker. I said, I know I have to research and see which scent I like. I don't buy millions of candles. I'm not a hoarder of any sort. I don't like to. I'm very minimalist. And in fact, the fact that I'm spending money on candles is something different, but I just really like to have that scent lingering around. And I want to do a little research as to what scent I prefer. I know I'm such a dork. I know, it's just a freaking candle, right? It's probably like $6.50, $7, but I will eventually get to it. I will eventually get to it and head to the store and pick out a couple of scents. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, that is it, guys. I just wanted to discuss what I discussed earlier, my frustrations, me venting, and when people just don't execute things right, when people, we're smarter than we lead ourselves to believe, even if it doesn't feel like it. And on that note, I want to say something. Sometimes sometimes people don't know they're wrong. Does that make sense? People don't know they're wrong. So I tell people, fix your photos, right? And they go, I fixed it. And they're like, I love it. And I look at it, I'm like, this is what you love? This is what is magazine quality? Like I'm not trying to be hard, but I'm trying to help you run a business here, right? So you want me to be honest, right? I'm not going to be me, I'm just going to be honest. So the point is, sometimes people don't know they suck. And for the people that don't know they suck, how do I say this? It's always important to get opinions from your peers, posting in the Facebook group, asking for advice, and saying a disclaimer such as, please give me honest feedback. I'm looking to help grow my business, not to get pats on the back. Prefacing it with that will help our members then feel okay to be honest. Okay? You have to say that. If you're not looking for honest feedback, don't say that. You probably expect no responses. Okay? Sometimes people don't know they suck, and it's sad, but at least if you're unaware, if you know you suck or not, then please reach out to a community like my group to help you. Please reach out to people like me who, like, for example, if you don't know you suck in SEO, ask me. And if I tell you you suck, then I will recommend my webinar, right? Okay, especially if you want to know if you want to get the webinar or not. Ask me. I'm more than happy to help you and say, okay, let me take a look at your shop, blah, 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 and I'll give you my feedback. I usually let people, like, I usually encourage people to message me, especially if it's something to do with one of my webinars. Like, they're like, hey, I want to make a purchase from my webinars, but I'm not sure if I need this. I'll help them, absolutely. If it's more general help, then post in the group, we all could help you. Okay? Because the webinar type of help, I need to look at your shop, and there's no shop links allowed in my group. And that's why I said message me directly. And you're about to make a purchase too. So it's important that you're spending your money on, the right things. So, sometimes I think, like, do I suck? Like, here's the thing. Let me backtrack. On the topic of people not knowing they suck, sometimes you might suck listening to this. Sometimes you might look at yourself and say, I don't suck on anything. Like, my photos are great, my SEO is great, I learned from Dalia, blah, blah. But don't hesitate to know and accept that you may suck at something. And the word suck is very relative, right? So there may be something that you're not as good at as you can be, as you should be for your type of market. I recognize that about myself. But the first thing to do, guys, here's the problem. I might call this vlog, You Don't Know You Suck, or something like that. If you know you suck, that's different. I know I suck at certain things. I'm working toward being better at it. The point of this video, the last part is, what if you don't know you suck? What do you do then? Accept the fact, if you're listening to this, right? And if you don't think you suck at anything, that's the key. That's the key. You have to say, okay, it's possible I suck at something, or not as great. What could it be? Now, if you really want personalized advice, I do one-on-one coachings. Well, technically I do it limited times throughout the year, and that will obviously help you figure out what you suck at. More personalized advice, but it's important to, solicit advice, and again, asking for honest feedback, and I'm not saying you should go into the group and say, hey, here's my shop link, again, not allowed. What do I need improvement on? No. It's, hey, what do you think of these photos? I improved this, I improved that. Do you have any suggestions? Right? It's particular questions. It's not, hey, what do I suck at? Let me know. Right? Anyway, just a thought, Again, I hope people understand that we're not perfect at everything, and accept that, eventually know what it is, like figure out what that is, and then eventually have a game plan as to working on making it better. Whether it be your long list of you suck at XYZ, or even a longer list of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If you suck at that many things, we might have to talk about that. But you know what I'm saying? And over time of being in business for a while, guys, you start to become better at things. You think, I was as good as I was at photography when I first started? No. Or on SEO? No. Accept it and know it. If you don't know you suck at something, you'll never try to improve it. Got it? Good. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, guys? Oh, don't forget, subscribe if you like videos like this. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit like, please, I would really appreciate it. And comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.